पिछले 30 सालों
Hi Satish.
तो बोलते मी जाणार तर मी सगळ्यांना घेऊन जाणार मी अनुभव टाकणार
Shivani, welcome.
Thank you.
तुझ्या जागेवर बसून जेवतोय.
Oh, keep it clean.
So before we begin with today's session, are there any questions pertaining to the last session that we had with regards to creating exam schedule or where to check the
Hello,
exams?
Satish.
Yes, Shirajini ma'am. Hello.
शादान.
जी शिवरंजनी, आपकी आवाज आ रही है, आप बोलो. सतीश को भी आपकी आवाज आ रही है, मुझे भी आ रही है.
I think all have joined. We shall begin the session.
Sure. हेलो. हाँ, ये आवाज बंद ही है क्या टोटल? कोई कुछ भी बात नहीं कर रहा है क्या? मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं. एक
मैम तुमचा आवाज येतोय. हेलो.
हाँ, तो मेरे यहाँ अभी साउंड तो फुल है. एक मिनट में देखती हूँ.
Sneha, any idea on Meenakshi if she is joining in?
No, Satish, no idea.
Okay.
Satish, I've informed her. She will join.
Okay, ma'am. So we will wait for Neelu. She's trying to log in, but I think there was some problem with her password. So once she's in, we can begin the session.
तो सतीश,
हाँ.
रंजनी को कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. शी इज अनेबल टू मींस हियर अस. सो वो लॉग आउट करके फिर से लॉग इन कर रही है. सिस्टम का वॉल्यूम चेक किया उन्होंने सेटिंग में. सिस्टम का वॉल्यूम उनका परफेक्ट है. तो मैंने उनको बोला कि आप लॉग आउट करके फिर से लॉग इन करो एक बार.
ठीक है, फाइन. ओके. So I think we will begin with the session for today. So today's session that we are starting. Am I audible to all?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I can hear you.
All right, thank you. Today what we are going to discuss about as to how a vertical manager need to create a course on ERP. Then the process in creating the course fee structure. How do we assign the course to a hub, and the deactivation of the course. If the time permits, then we will also look at the process of a batch creation by the hub as well. Okay. So just to begin with, how a vertical manager creates the course. As we all know, before we create the course, it is necessary and it is important that your course curriculum is vetted by COE as well as the academic council. And once that is done, then you are okay to go ahead with creating the course on ERP. So right now I'm on UIT of Vertical Manager login. So whenever you are creating the course, like as you all must be knowing, we go to manage course and we click on add new course. Once we click on add new course, it asks us to enter the title of the course. Now, if you guys remember, there was one activity that we did very recently in terms of correcting the titles of the courses, mainly for the BVOC the PG courses and diploma courses, wherein I had specified as to what is it that you need to write in if you are creating a course for BWOC. Yeah.
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, लेकिन बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने कॉल अटेंड किया है, उनको स्क्रीन दिख रहा है बट उनको तेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है। जैसे शिवरंजनी को अभी हमारी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी, सेम केस इज सुमित आल्सो।
Shadan, even I too. Satish.
Yeah. So
even I
there are people who join the call, they can see our screen, but they cannot hear us.
So is it that you are, I mean, my volume is very low or you cannot hear at all?
No, I can hear you. You are audible to me.
But you
are not audible to.
Just check your computer audio system.
They have to check the audio.
I have asked them. They have checked. That is fine.
No. Not the volume. I am talking about when they log into the Zoom call. There is an option that gives you to check to join in with the computer audio.
Right.
So if they have not selected that, then they may have an issue in communication, hearing me probably.
Okay, hold on.
Sneha, can you hear my voice? Hello?
Satish, I can hear you clearly.
Suvarna, can you hear?
Yes, Satish. Yeah, I'm able to hear you properly.
Okay. Geeta, can you hear my voice? Geeta?
Shall I ask Sumit to disconnect the call?
Satish, she is Gata, not Geeta. She is Gata, not Geeta.
सतीश, मैंने बोला है उनको कि कॉल फिर से ये करो डिस्कनेक्ट एंड फिर से ज्वाइन करने के लिए बाय सेलेक्टिंग ऑल द करेक्ट ऑप्शंस।
ओके,
सो 1-2 मिनट थोड़ा वेट कर लेते हैं, वी विल बिगिन।
या फाइन।
तो पानी गरम करके रखा पीने के लिए, मेरा हो गया।
शिवरंजनी, अभी आपको सतीश की आवाज आ रही है?
हेलो,
शिवरंजनी, Satish, see, Shivanjani is there on the call, but I think she cannot hear us.
शिवरंजनी मैम, हेलो।
She cannot hear us, I guess. देख, अगर शिवरंजनी म्यूट पे है तो अनम्यूट कर उनको। हाँ, अनम्यूट कर, म्यूट पे है वो।
No, only she has to do it.
She cannot do. अच्छा, उमेश ने ये किया है ना? सुमित,
Guys, if you are able to hear me, I would request you to quickly type in the chat box that you are able to hear me, so that I can be sure that everybody, we are communicating well. I would request everybody to quickly drop a chat box.
Satish, I can hear you.
Okay.
Me too.
Satish, even I am able to hear you.
Same here, Satish.
हेलो
सुमित, अभी तुमको आवाज आ रही है?
नहीं सर, मेरे को आवाज आ रही है एकदम एकदम मतलब एकदम बारीक आ रही है, एकदम स्लो आ रही है.
Satish, if you can speak something, let's see.
Sumit, while logging into the call, did you select join with
Yes,
computer
yes,
audio?
yes sir.
Okay, then I'm not very sure what's the problem is. Next time, what you can do, you can just check with Umesh and see what the problem is. Okay?
Okay sir.
व्हॉल्यूम वाढवून ठेव फक्त आणि
फुल आहे सर, फुल आहे.
ओके ओके ठीक आहे. आता येतोय ना? आता जे बोलला सतीश सगळं ऐकू आलं ना तुला?
हो.
हा बस सतीशचाच आवाज आला पाहिजे. ठीक आहे चल.
Yeah. Okay. So as I was discussing, we will talk about how a course needs to be created on ERP. So what as in vertical manager, you have to go to manage course and click on add new course. The vertical name will auto populate and you have to enter the course title. As we had done this exercise in the past, if you are adding a BVOC course, you need to make sure that you are typing B dot space V capital VOC dot space in. That will be I capital by default. Similarly, if you are typing in postgraduate diploma, please do not write in the abbreviation as PG diploma or anything of that. It has to be complete postgraduate diploma in or diploma in or whatsoever. So these guidelines are already been mailed to you all. So I would request you to please refer to them whenever you are creating the new course. Now, when you are creating the course, there are options. So one, it tells you course type. One is long-term course, one is certificate course. So long-term course will include your BVOC course, then your individual diploma courses, which are undergraduate diploma courses, and then you have your postgraduate diploma courses. Okay, then all the other courses that will fall under certificate programs, which is skill enhancement courses, certificate courses, then your bridge course, foundation course, then your workshops, all of that currently fall under certificate courses. Then if you select long-term course in the course type, you have the option for long-term course type. So you have to either select whether it is BVOC course or diploma course. So currently under diploma course, there are again two categories. So we are using diploma course for both postgraduate diploma as well as for undergraduate diploma. If it is a BVOC course, if you select BVOC, the below option is given you the option wherein it is a BVOC course type, whether it is diploma first year, second year or third year. So you need to select the appropriate year.
कसं काय केलं तू?
Yeah, and then you need to enter the course duration. Please remember the course duration will be exactly as per what is there in your curriculum, which has been given to you by your vertical anchor. So accordingly, you will put in the course duration. So before I move in here, if I suppose I have to select the diploma programs, my BVOC course type will not highlight, it will get grayed out. So there is nothing that I have to select because most of our diploma programs are of 1 year only. If I have to select certificate course, you will see my long-term course type and BVOC course type both are grayed out. So my system automatically understands this is a certificate course and it is not more than 6 months or so. All right. So again, like as I said, course duration will be as specified in your curriculum. Course designed by will be by default your vertical anchor name because the vertical anchor is the one who always creates the course. The course vetted by COE. This is the date when the course has been vetted by your COE member, and obviously you will have the letter or a mail confirmation from your COE member. So you need to upload that mail on this particular option. So just take a print screen of your mail that you have received from a COE member and you can upload it here. The course approved by TISS Academic Council on, like as I said, we need to get this course approved by COE member as well as Academic Council. So you will enter the date when the academic council has approved this course. This basically the date Jaya will tell you, because she is coordinating with academic council team, wherein the meeting is held every quarter, and she represents the courses that are newly suggested by SVE. So Jaya will give you the dates, and then she will also send you the mail of approvals as to which are mails been approved by academic council. So you have to upload that particular mail on this particular option, which is uh, uh, approved by council members. Now the course outline syllabus, the two things that you can do here is you either put semester 1 to semester 6 ka details, or you put in the entire curriculum in this place. You can upload the entire curriculum, and the course session plan again, you can upload the entire curriculum if you want, or else you can just upload the semester 1 to semester 6 file details. Every course has eligibility criteria as to what is the eligibility criteria for a student to take admission for that course. Please mention that. Do not make mistakes here. If it is a course which says it is 10 plus 2 any stream, then it is important that you write any stream. There are some courses which only takes 12 science, so you please specify that as such. Don't make any mistakes in eligibility. Course description, you can write a very few lines about the course description. May at many a times your vertical anchor will give you the course description in the curriculum itself in the first few paragraphs. So you can pick up that and you can enter it here. Now, whether the exam is to be conducted, either yes or no. If it is a long-term course, yes, the exam has to be conducted. But for short-term courses, as in for certificate programs, not all the certificate programs or skill enhancement programs need the examinations. So you will need to see the curriculum guidelines, exam guidelines, and accordingly you will need to select either the exam has to be conducted or not to be conducted. Okay. Any questions so far here?
No, Satish.
Okay, so I'll move ahead. Then course to be displayed on a website. What happens is when you select,
Hello, Satish.
Yeah.
Satish, sorry to interrupt. वो course weighted by COE क्या है?
So this is the date when you have to date that you need to.
नहीं, date के ऊपर I think थोड़ा screen ऊपर कर दो तो. हाँ, ये course design by के नीचे.
So this is course weighted by COE on as to date. You need to enter the date when the COE has weighted your curriculum. Okay. And then you will have a mail confirmation from COE member, which you need to upload it in this option, COE vetting letter.
ठीक. Okay, thank you. हाँ.
So coming back to where we left, course to be displayed on website. Now this option, if you select, what will happen is the course that you are creating right now, it will display in our SVE website, which is sve.tis.edu. So if you look at our SVE website, there is an option for programs, and you will see some of your programs are already listed. So it happens only when you select this display on. Currently, we are not selecting online course for any of the courses, because this is completely for the courses which have been taken online, and we are not selecting this option as of now. Okay. Now coming to the part wherein we have to add the subject code, subject name, credits, and subject type. Guys, please be careful with this. When you are entering a BWOC course, please keep the sequence in mind that you will first add generic theory subjects, then you will add your vocational theory subjects, and then you will add your vocational practical. I'm repeating myself, when you are adding a BWOC course, the sequence will be, you will first add generic theory subjects, then you will add your vocational theory subjects, and then you will add your vocational practical.
हॅलो उमेश, ऍक्च्युअली मगाशी ते बंद झालं, मी परत चालू केलं ना, तर आता परत आवाज गेला तो. परत मग तुला एनी डेस्क म्हणजे परत तुला आयडी शेअर करू का? हाँ हाँ
सतीश, जया हियर।
हाँ जय जी।
हाँ, अभी ये जो एकेडमिक काउंसिल का जो कंफर्मेशन आया वो डेट चाहिए ना, तो मुझे सारा कोर्स का प्रिपेयर करके देना पड़ेगा।
Not now, only whenever it is a new course that is created. आपके पास जो नया वेटिंग के लिए आएगा ना, सिर्फ उसी का, बाकी एग्जिस्टिंग का तो ऑलरेडी अपलोड किया हुआ रहेगा उन्होंने।
अच्छा, अभी आगे से जो आएगा उसके लिए है ये, मुझे लगा आप बना रहे हो ऐसा।
No 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 no, any new course that we have to add.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So subject codes, guys, for generic there are defined subject codes.
हाँ बोल रहे।
शिवरंजनी मैम म्यूट वरती करा ना।
एक्चुअली शिवंजनी को अपनी आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है, तो
हाँ सतीश,
बदल तो।
Okay, so coming back to adding subject details, like as I said, for BWOC courses, generic courses, subject codes are predefined, and the list is already shared with all the vertical managers. If you do not have it, I would request you to please take it from Jaya, and then accordingly add the courses. The subject codes, then it will be your subject name, the credits, and then you have to add the subject type. Now your subject code for your vocational theory subjects and vocational practical subject will be mentioned in your curriculum. So please make sure that you are using the same subject code. There is no deviation in that. Enter the correct subject name. Please avoid spelling errors. Correct credits are very important. If the subject is of 2 credit, 3 credit, please enter it accordingly. And then subject type. Guys, again, this is very important, selecting subject type, because we did one activity very recently wherein the subject type was entered incorrectly. So I would request you all to be careful going further. If you are adding a generic theory subject, please select generic subject as a subject type. If it is vocational theory subject, select vocational theory, and if it is vocational practical, please select vocational practical. Okay. If you have to add multiple subjects, what you can do is you can just type in a code. For example, if I am typing this particular subject code, okay, so I will have to enter the entire fields. I'm not entering the entire fields, so I'll leave it as it is. But this is how you will have to key in the information and add the course to ERP. Okay, so any questions so far on this?
सतीश,
क्या?
अगर सपोज हम लोगों ने कोर्स ऐड करना हुआ,
हाँ,
और ये लास्ट ऑप्शन है कोर्स टू बी डिस्प्लेड ऑन वेबसाइट,
यस,
ये अगर हमने सेलेक्ट नहीं किया है और बाद में हमारा ऐसा आता है कि भाई कोर्स को डिस्प्ले करना है, तो बाद में हम एडिट कर सकते हैं, उसको ऑप्शन है?
This is editable. Yes, you can do that. Okay. Now the course is added by a vertical manager. What is the next step that goes on after the course added on ERP?
Fee create करना, उसको approve करवाना.
Correct. Because what happens is, if I add the course on ERP, it does not directly gets assigned to the hub. So the next process is that we have to request for a course fee structure. Please remember, guys, unless and until you have the approved course fee structure on ERP for that course, you cannot assign that course to any hub. So if you try to assign a new course to any hub before creating a fee structure, you will not be able to do so. Now, how do we add a course fee structure to ERP? Is you have to go to manage course fee structure, and then you have to select on request course fee structure. Now, I'm sure you must be aware that there is a process, the policy that we have. If it is a long-term course, specifically BWOC or PG courses or undergraduate diploma courses, there are specific fees criteria that has been set up. Okay, so one is within one city you cannot have two different course fee structures for a particular course. Which means if I am in Mumbai and if I am running, say, let's say a course for BWalk in dialysis technology, so in Mumbai, I cannot have 30,000 as a course fee structure for one hub and 36,000 as a course fee structure for another hub. So if I'm in one city, my course fee structure for a particular course will be same. Then again, the course fee structure is also defined basis on the city type, which is city A and city B. So I may not have a same course fee structure for Mumbai, which I'm using, may be applicable to the city which is not a metro city or a group city A, because the student would not be able to bear that much of cost. So whenever the course fee structure is created, the process is you have to ask the vertical anchor to propose the course fee structure. The proposed course fee structure, vertical anchor has to justify as to why is he proposing that course fee structure, and then it needs to be approved by the management. Okay. So how do you approve, get it approved is by requesting for a new course fee structure, and then you select the particular course, you select the material fee. Now there are three major components to the course fees. One is material fees, one is training fees, and other one is examination and certification fees. Can anybody tell me what material fee could include? Suvarna, can you tell me?
Material fees, like if there is a course in dialysis and healthcare, so in dialysis or healthcare sector, there are so many equipments which is being used to just give a demo to a student. Like if we have some course like beautician का course, तो उसमें ही बहुत सारे materials होते हैं, वो use होते हैं. So उन सब case में we can have this component of material fees in as a fee component.
Correct.
So whatever, yeah.
So what happens is whenever vertical anchor is proposing this course fee structure, material fees would not be the stationery that hub has to use. Okay. So any specific instrument that hub has to onboard, he cannot say that I am putting material fees because I have to upload the projector or I have to upload the projector screen because that is used during my training. No, that is not a material cost. So for example, in hotel management, if suppose the students are into hotel management and there is a cooking sessions, okay, basically and they have to bake something, so there is a cost involved for the products, right? So that can be considered as the material cost. And like I said, Sadhan again gave one example. If it is a beautician course, which is not with us, but yes, there are some products that are needed, so that can be put in as material. But
so any consumables.
Consumables, yeah. But related to the stationery or classroom things like marker or anything, these are not considered as material. And if vertical anchor is giving the material cost, then he has to justify as to what exactly the material that he is referring to. Okay. The second is training fees. Like as I already explained, the training fees would be city specific, course specific, and again it will be whether it is in group A or group B. The examination and certification fee is predefined by SVE, so there is no change. Vertical anchor cannot make change into that. So for BWalk courses, we have our examination fees as 1600, and for PG 1600 per semester, and for PG it is 2500 per semester. So that is 3200 per year for your BWalk courses and 5000 rupees for your PG and undergraduate diploma courses. Now there could be a difference in examination and certification courses, which you will need to get it clarified with the examination team whenever you are creating the courses. Okay. So accordingly, most of the times your material fee would be 0. The training fee, if it is given to you by 30,000, please ensure that this will be your annual fees and not the monthly fees. Your examination fees, since I'm creating BWalk course, it will be 3200. Me, my
Satish, could you come in training examination please?
Hello.
वो इंटरव्यू
Training to examination fees करना है.
हाँ, sorry, yeah. Okay. So I enter the training fees, I enter the examination fees, then I can put in the remarks. Now the remarks are very useful for the next person who will be taking this over from you. Because as a current vertical manager, obviously you will remember why the course fee was created, for which city, or and when it was created. But I would always advise that you always key in the detailed remarks, because while approving this course fee structure, Laina ma'am also refers to these remarks as to for which city or which location is this course fee structure been created for. So this will help. It will be helpful the course fee structure. So as far as possible, give the details. And as soon as you enter these details, you will see there is a course that has been code that has been created, which is a course fee structure code, and you just have to click on request. So once you request this course fee structure, what happens is it goes to Nanama for an approval. So if you will see that so many course fee structures that you have, you will see, and you can also see the comments. These are all the first grade shows you the list of course fee structures that you have requested but not approved yet. Now there is another grade below. Now this grade tells you the approved or rejected course fee structure after Naina ma'am takes the action on it. So if you have to take any particular course fee structure, if you have to check that, you just have to select the course type, what it is, whether it is BWalk first year, second year, and status, and click on show list. So it will give you your list of course fee structures and whether it is active or inactive, which is accepted or not accepted. So as a vertical manager, I have the option to make any course fee structure inactive. Okay, so how I do it, I just select on inactive. I get this option, confirm dialog. Are you sure you want to activate the course fee structure? I select OK. So that's all I have to do. And the course fee structure becomes active or inactive. Is it good so far? Any questions?
Satish, but this fee structure is only added after NMR needs email approval. I'm saying that the fee structure gets added only after email approval from NMR.
Neelu, I'm sorry, I lost you. What is it?
I'm saying that PMs can only add course fee structure on ERP after email approval from NMR.
Email process we used to follow Neelu earlier, and we are still following it.
Okay.
So any queries on activating or deactivating the course fee structure?
अभी तूने लास्ट स्टेटमेंट क्या बोला? email thing we were following earlier, but now
so we will still follow that, because what happens, it also wants the record of how many that we send out the email.
Satish, we are not able to hear you. There is a lot of static coming from someone else's.
बोल रहे हैं ना, I think जो लोग नहीं बोल रहे हैं can mute themselves, please.
Okay, as I was saying that what process we used to follow earlier, that if we have to approve the course fee structure, we used to send a mail to Naina ma'am asking for her approval. Okay, when we did not have this option of requesting the course fee structure on ERP, but now since we have that option, we are following the process of getting an approval on mail as well as on ERP. So I would suggest that we do for now. We don't skip any of it. Yeah. So once I have my course fee structure approved, if I want to see the list of course fee structures that are in my category, all I have to do is download the report by clicking on export Excel, and I will know which are all the courses that I have active, inactive, approved, rejected, and all of that. Okay. Now, since the course fee structure is approved, now is when I can assign a course to a hub. Please remember, if you have not assigned a course to a hub, even if the course fee structure is approved, hub will not be able to see the name of this particular course when he is trying to create a new batch. So if hub comes to you asking that I don't see the hub name in the drop down list, please check whether you have assigned the course to a hub or not by clicking on the option called assign course to a hub. Okay, you will see this list of the courses and the hub names. That means this particular courses are assigned to these many hubs. All right, and if you have to assign any new course, just click on assign course to a hub. All this information you can select. I would rather select the hub name. Say I have to select a part, and then out of all these courses, whichever course that I want to assign to this particular hub, I will assign it, and I'll select that particular course and I will select on assign. Now, if it is a comprehensive hub, it is okay if you select all at one go and you submit it, unless and until there are any specific courses which are not to be assigned to all the hubs. But if it is a single course or one-off course, you guys will need to be careful while assigning the courses to the hub, that you are assigning only the course which they've been allotted for, and not all the courses. So any question on this, assigning the courses to a hub?
Yes, Satish, I had one doubt. This is in regards to the single course multiple times. Because BVOC is a 3-year course and we are allowing the hubs to take up BVOC courses as one-off course, then would the process be changed? Because we can assign them only one course and the system does not allow to assign another course. As of now, 2 courses can be assigned to a single course multiple times hub. But moving forward, will the process be changed, keeping in mind only if the hub chooses to opt for BVOC as a one-off course?
No, I'm sorry, I did not get your question.
So BVOC is a 3-year course.
Correct.
If a hub who is a single course multiple times agreement in an agreement, and he chooses for BVOC, then we have to assign a course every year, correct? That is diploma, advanced diploma, and degree 3rd year. So as of now, we are able to assign only 2 courses to us, to such hubs.
That restriction is not here right now, which is why I mentioned that whenever you are assigning the course to a hub, whether under one-off course or single course, you will need to be careful while assigning it, because here, even if it is the hub is a single course, I can still assign him all the courses.
I don't think so, because there is a restriction in terms of assigning the single course and one-off course hub. One-off course you can only assign 1, single course you can assign, I guess, max 2.
Yes. Even I agree with her, because I had tried it and I could have assigned only 2 courses. That too with the help of multiple times and one-off course.
Okay.
So there is a restriction in the system which does not allow us to, assign more than 2 courses for single course multiple times batch hub.
But अगर ऐसा restriction है भी, तो वो ideally एक कोर्स के लिए होना चाहिए, क्योंकि single course multiple batch
correct is that, but my question here is are we going to change this keeping in mind if a hub chooses BWalk as their single course multiple times?
So what change are you expecting?
So by default, if a hub chooses a BWalk course to run multiple times, that is, so by default, the system should allow diploma, advanced diploma, and degree to be assigned to that hub.
Okay, we'll need to check. So right now, what you're saying is you can only assign one.
Only one course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll have to check with IT team because I think we can assign the multiple courses. Let me just check.
There is a restriction, that is what I had faced while I was trying to do so. You may want to check with the IT team. I think if there's any changes that can be brought about.
Every doctor like that you have to take a hub which has a status on single course or one of two. If you're trying to do the testing, you have to I guess someone has to mute the speaker.
System.
Now? Hello?
Okay, so I will take up Meenakshi's query with IT team. We'll see how it can be resolved.
Thank you.
Any other questions that we have so far?
Satish,
Yeah.
here only the active courses are being listed, or even the inactive courses are shown in the course status?
When you are assigning the course,
Yeah.
it is only active. If you see here course status, it
No, because in my
it should not show the inactive courses. If it is, then we'll have to.
no, it is showing inactive courses also in my book.
On live as well.
Yes, it is showing the inactive.
Can you send me the print screen? If you are able to
Satish,
select
go down. You can
है ना even यहाँ.
see inactive courses.
No, this is UAT. Guys, this is UAT. So don't get confused with this.
Okay.
I want to know if it is showing on live. Because right now it is showing me that this course cannot be assigned to a hub. So just see if you are able to select that.
It is, I'm able to select that, but let me see whether I'm able to assign it.
Don't assign because it is you're on live right now.
Assign. I'm able to select, I'm able to assign, everything is possible with that inactive course.
Okay, so can you just take the print screen and send it to me?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I'll speak to IT team. Ideally, inactive courses should not reflect here. While
Yeah,
assigning.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, great.
Okay.
So guys, we are done so far with assigning the course to a hub. So going back to manage course, for deactivating any particular course, all you have to do is go to your course list. There is an option called change status, which is deactivate. So if a particular course is not to be carried forward for any upcoming batches, and that course has to be stopped, what you can do, you can just select on deactivate and just click on OK. So what happens is this course is got deactivated, so you will see the status has changed to closed. This is the recent development which we also discussed some time back, which I had shared the mail for. So once you do that, this particular hub the hub will not be able to request any batches for this particular course. Okay, even if it is assigned to them, or they cannot request for any course material, or even VA cannot add the content material on this. Okay, so any questions on deactivating the course?
Satish, can you repeat once again for deactivating, please?
So just go to manage course. Select any course that you want to deactivate. For example, if I have to deactivate this particular course, certificate course, all I have to do is click on deactivate, and it gives you the confirmation dialog box. Are you sure you want to deactivate the course? Just select OK, and you will see the status change to close, as in the course has now been deactivated. So Hub cannot do any activity with regards to requesting for new batch or requesting for new curriculum material using this particular course code or course detail. But they can still see the details of the existing students in their records, and so do we can.
Okay, thanks.
Satish, even the payment can be processed, no?
Yes. The placement data can be updated by the Hub for these batches, existing batches. There is nothing impacted by deactivating the course for the existing database, other than the three options that I said. That Hub cannot request for the new batch using this course once it is deactivated. Hub cannot request for the new course material, and Vertical Anchor cannot upload any content material against this course once it is deactivated. Rest all, everything remains as it is. Okay. So any other questions, guys, in terms of requesting for a course, creating course fee structure, or assigning course to a hub?
No, Satish.
Okay. So we will take up two queries with regards to assigning to a course to a hub for single course and one-off course. What is the criteria that they have kept? And the second is, why the list of inactive courses are showing in the drop-down list in the grid. Basically, when we are assigning course, it should not show up there. So these two things that I will take up. Since we do not have much of a time, so I will not take up the batch creation process, as in how Hub can request for a new batch. We will take it up on tomorrow's session. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes, okay, Satish.
Okay, guys. So we will end today's session here if there are no further questions.
Yes, Satish.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for the time. Thank you for the training.
Sorry.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for the training.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you, Satish. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Satish.
Thank you.
Satish, we can still see your screen.
Okay, then you should not be. Bye-bye.
Bye. End this meeting.
Yeah.